Hi everybody. Sorry. Welcome to Daily Endeavors for the 12th of May. I'm Jackson. I've got a 15 seal set. As always, timestamps are in the description if you want to skip through any of the shit you don't want. Just looking for one of these in particular if you're stuck on it. So, it's not a great set, not terrible. It's going to be a little bit DLC related. These two I would say are better than this one, and definitely do these two alongside it. So you can steal items from the environment and do stealable items of blue quality or better at the same time, kind of. But there's a few things I want to talk about, especially with blue quality items. There's a couple of ways you can do this easily, but they're usually DLC related. Alright, so I will start with this one, but I'm not going to talk much about this one because I think it is definitely the shittiest option. This one here will, I'd say, be more reliable to you no matter what, because it's not the hardest thing in the world to find blue quality items, stealable items, without getting a bounty. It's actually quite easy. 2 Battlegrounds, each one takes like 10 or 15 minutes, and that's not including the queue times you're going to have to wait for, trying to wrestle around getting a guildmate. It's just a pain in the ass. The only thing I'm going to talk about with this one is you don't need a guild immediately to, or you don't need to be in a big guild to get this done. It's definitely easier if you can find someone in a guild. But if there's just someone like in your friends list that you can do the Battleground with, what you can do is just make a guild right now. Go creating and joining, create a guild, give it a name. It might be taken that like common names will be taken and shit, but you can invite them in, and then you can group up, start your Battlegrounds, and then do it that way. But again, I do not suggest doing that one because it is going to be way longer than you could do all 4 of these combined and still be like probably 1 Battleground through in good conditions. And yeah, because if you look at Battlegrounds join queue, it's like queue times may fluctuate depending on the population queue. Absolutely. Sometimes it takes ages getting a group. So yeah, I don't suggest this one at all. Alright, so starting with the easiest one, provisioning. If you haven't done this one before, or the way I like to do it, there is a little bit of an investment early on, but once you invest in this one thing, you can do this for free from this point on. So just a little bit of investment, and then it's just really easy from that point. So what you want to do is come to any chef in the game. Probably the best one to do is Oridon in Vocal Guard, because you need Vocal Guard for the other bit of this endeavor anyway. But this place here, come to Zala, the chef. Buy 2 recipes. You want baked apples and you want banana surprise. These 2 are the only recipes that matters. You can get other ones, but none of these ingredients are available at the same location that you find the other stuff. So yeah, I don't suggest that. You can also get flour and honey and a pumpkin from these places. So if you've got a recipe for those, you can also use those. But banana and apples, there's just like a lot more of those in this area. So where we are headed is this pier here, this like square-shaped pier. When you get here, there's a couple of things to look for. So an apple basket here, a tray full of apples and bananas here. That's another thing. And then in this boat, there'll also be another apple basket. So these items won't always be here. Sometimes they despawn. It's just the nature of containers in this game. It's nothing to worry about. Now, you can steal some food provisioning materials from places in the environment too, but I would still suggest doing this one first, because these recipes, everyone has easy access to them, and the items that you get from stealing might not always be something that you can easily get a recipe for. So I just say, for the sake of simplicity, just do this one first, and then do the other 2. The other 2 are easy to do from that point. So yeah, you can see here, you just create 4 banana surprise or baked apples, whatever you have, and you can just easily do that one. Alright, so now while we're here in Vocal Guard, you also want to come to the bank. The reason for this is stealing items from the environment. You can do this in this place, but the main reason you want to do it is for the blue quality items. So I will go through the base game option here, but the other 2 options are quicker. So if you want to go through the timestamps and just go straight to there, if you have Necrom, I'll put one in for that, and then Thieves Guild. Thieves Guild is definitely the best by far, but Necrom's pretty good too, just because of how easy it is to steal a bunch of shit without getting a bounty. But base game, the way I suggest doing this is in Oridon, you've got all these containers here that you can loot from, and these can have blue quality items. Not always, it's quite rare, so it is a little bit of time invested, but like I said, it's not going to take as long as doing 2 Battlegrounds with fucking guildmates, trust me. So you come here and you loot this room, and there's like 2 containers out here as well. So these 2 out here. Then everything else, the chances of getting blue quality items is quite low, like everything else in this building. So those are the only ones I suggest. And then from there, you go to the Waste Shrine, you travel to Glenumbra, and do the same thing in the castle in Glenumbra. The reason we do this is you could also do it in the 2nd floor of Rosy Line, but there's not many items that can have like really high chance of blue quality stuff. So this is the only place I suggest. So come in here. There's also the Thieves Guild option is here actually. But yeah, you can timestamp that. So this thing here, you do the same thing. You go through all the furniture, basically anything like the wardrobes and backpacks and shit. That's what you're looking for, not like food containers. So yeah, you clear that as well, and then you travel back to Oridon. And what happens is whenever you leave a zone, it resets all the stuff. So you can come back here, check this room again. So what you want to do first is go to settings, gameplay, make sure auto loot stolen items is off. You don't want to be standing in the middle of the room checking stuff and accidentally immediately loot an item and get a bounty, because there is a guard that stands... Where is this guard? This one right here. Where are they? I think it's this one. They come inside and like right here. And basically anywhere in the room they'll basically spot you and run up to you and annoy you. So just make sure you're hidden if you're going to do that. Okay, well, beautiful. Look at this. We've already got one. So it's a complete RNG fest. You might get one. You might not always. It's just a luck of the draw. So basically just punch your head against the wall, just doing that over and over, and eventually you'll find some blue quality items. So motifs are 1. You can also just get like blue quality items that sell for 250 gold at fences, which is great as well. But most of the time it'll be motifs, or it'll be like blueprints for furnishing these things, but there'll be blue quality ones as well. You can get them. You can also get in urns kind of things, which is the Necrom one. You can also get like furnishing leads for like antiquities as well. Alright, so yeah, that's the option there. So you loot this entire room, or you don't loot it, but you check. And if you do find anything that's worth selling, like the green quality items that sell for 100 gold, yeah, there's some food items there. Yeah, you can sell that to a fence as well for good gold. Yeah, so you got that can sometimes have a motif. Whenever there's a star material, that's usually when there's a motif as well. So cabinet. It's so weird to me, like just putting a piece of corn in cabinet is just weird. There's probably other stuff in there, but yeah. Alright, so come into this room too, because there's this dresser here. You've got this trunk, and then you've also got this item over here, or this dresser. Yeah, there you go. So you've got a green item, so take that too. Anything green or blue quality is good to take, because yeah, they sell for more than other stuff. So yeah, that's everything. The reason I suggest that room there is there's no people in there. There are like animals, there's cats and shit, but there's nobody in here to see you steal anything. So you can actually just take stuff from here and not get a bounty. So this room is actually good for just doing the steal items for the environment endeavor, because someone's printing something. Alright, so the second place is, like I said, the Daggerfall Castle up here. So what you're looking for, as soon as you get inside, first thing I usually do is look left. You'll see this wardrobe. Just check this. Might be a blue quality item in there. And then you're just going through the rounds looking for all sorts of cabinets. Cabinet over here. So that recipe, sometimes it'll be blue, so that you can get lucky there sometimes. And yeah, you're just looking through this stuff here, the cupboard. I think the cupboards give you food though, so they're not the greatest. Yeah, there's an item, a thing there you can search, the trunk. There's the nightstand next to the to the thrones. You got the nightstand here. Got a wardrobe there. There's another green item that you could probably take. So go upstairs now. Don't go downstairs. There's nothing worth looking at down there. You got this. You got the cupboard, which has some apples. Got the cupboard, the nightstand. You got the desk, and then you got the 2 wardrobes over here as well. So check those. The desk. I don't think there's anything in here. And then in the king's quarters, you've also got tons of stuff. Just check all of these. You got backpack, dresser. Got the dresser, wardrobe, there you go, got another one of these. And there's no one in here, so I can just take this getting a bounty. So yeah, you don't have to be stealth as long as nobody's actually looking at you, you get a bounty. You don't get a bounty. It's just that being stealth means the vision range is like lower. That's all. So yeah, just check everything in here. Now what you do is just travel to the Way Shrine, travel back to Oridon, look through the bank again. Once you've looked through that, you can look through other houses if you want, but yeah, these are the only 2 places I really check. Alright, so now I'll show you the Necrom one. So in order to access this, you need the Necrom... Oh, sorry, you need this DLC here to access this. If you have the Collections Edition, you'll get Necrom with it, so you'll have it in that case. Okay, so it's easy to get here to the city of Necrom in Telvanni Peninsula because you start with this Way Shrine. So yeah, come in here, or use the Way Shrine, or use the House in Home Tours. You just come down here and to this spot here. That's where the entrance... That's the quickest way to the Necrom Underways. Because otherwise you have to go through the Outlaws Refuge. So just come down here. Be somewhere with a flute. Just come down here, through this doorway. Now when you get in here, this entire area here is full of these urns here. When you search the urns, sometimes there'll be one of those blue quality furnishings or motifs. That's the thing, like every single one here just has like a good chance to have one. Sometimes there can also be a furnishing lead that's like purple quality and stuff. So yeah, just keep searching through here over and over and just, yeah. What can really work well here is going back to settings, gameplay, auto loot stolen items. Just make sure you turn it off once you're done, because yeah, you don't want to be doing that in the overland. But because there is nobody in here, the only people in here are players, and players aren't snitches, you just have free reign to just steal from all these urns, and nobody gives a shit. And then if you go through this entire room and don't find don't find 2 blue items, don't worry, just come through here. What will happen is, because it's technically leaving the zone, it'll reset all the urns, and so you just go through, come back, and then just do it again until you get it. It should not take very long. It should take like maybe 5-10 minutes if you're unlucky, I think. Even the base game options should be pretty quick. It's just a matter of like going back and forth. Alright, so let me show you the best option, which is Thieves Guild. So yeah, obviously you need that DLC to get access to it. This one. Alright, so coming into his vein here, this Way Shrine you'll start with by default, so it's easy to get here. You just come up the road, go to the bank, come inside. If you've done this achievement already on this character, you'll have to do it on a different character. But you come to this corner here, and you'll see this item here, Prince Herbulashard's trash urn. When this lady here isn't spotting you, just wait for her to go away. Once she does, you can grab this item, and this counts as a gold quality item. So you can just take it, claim it, and then that also counts. Now the reason you want to do this in the case of, because it's like, oh well, there's only one item. What happens is, if you destroy it, watch this shit, it's a fucking magic trick. Boom, it's back, so you can just take it again. So yeah, it's the easiest way by far to get 2 stealable items of blue quality or better. So there is one more item that I will show you, which is in Daggerfall. You might have noticed it when we were in Daggerfall Castle before. Alright, so when you get inside, turn left, turn right, turn left. And in this corner, you'll see this cool shiny object here. So this is the same thing, except this is a different item. So you have a look, it's Revendereni's Inflammable Rug. This also counts as a blue quality item or better. So again, you just destroy it, it'll come back, and you can just do that as many times as you need. And it's quite difficult to get spotted here. I think this guy sometimes can spot you if you have very low stealth detection, or very high stealth detection, I should say. If you're worried though, you can cloak. If you're a Knifeblade, you can use this to actually grab it without getting spotted. Because yeah, Knifeblades are top for anything related to stealing. So if I go destroy, if I cloak but without crouching, I can still grab it. Nobody can spot me. Nobody can stop me. Alright, so next up we've got Void Creatures. So this one's pretty shit, I think. Even if you have the deal, like, there's only 2 DLCs that really you can find a lot of these things. Because even though they are technically void creatures, Drome Muthra don't actually count, and you can find a lot more Drome Muthra. Man, if Drome Muthra counted for this, it'd be so much better, but it doesn't. It's fucking shit. The only things, yeah, Shades, Void Mothers. The only two places I know of that you can find a bunch of these. Firstly, the Reach. I don't actually have the DLC on this account, so I can't actually go here. So I can only really explain it. So from this Wayshrine, you want to take this Great Lift here, Arcand. This will take you here, I believe. And then you want this area here, Library of Arcand. There are shade creatures in this area here. There's Shade Colossus and some just shades, and there's like some sort of, they're like the fucking green goo things in the Shadowfen. I can't remember what they're called. Voroplasm. That's right, Voroplasms. So they have the same look. They're just literally like Voroplasms, except they're more like dark green and black. So there's those three types of creatures that are here. There's like 15 or 20 in total though, and fucking everybody is going to be here looking for these things too. So you only need 5, which is good. You don't need like 10, but just expect this to be a bloody fight and a pain in the ass to get these things, because there's 2 places. They're both public. You can find them in Vatt'shran Hollows too as an instance area, but you have to go all the way to the end, and that takes, you might as well be doing Battlegrounds in that point. So yeah, it's not a great option, I think. The other option is if you have Necrom, you also have the Disquiet Study. This one has about 5 void creatures, and that's another issue. It's literally the same thing as the place in Arcand, except a few less people do this instead. But there's void creatures in here too, so I'll show you. Easiest way to get here, if you don't have this Wayshrine, you need to go to Necrom City. You need to go into here, I believe, and there'll be a door you can take. You know what? I'll show you. Once you get to Necrom City, you want to go east instead of west, like we did the first time. You want to come down here into this Necrom binary area. Turn right, there'll be 2 of these here. The one you want is the one on the right, the green one. The Endless Library. You'll be ported to this location here in Markarth. You see to go a little bit west over this way. Right, so place you're looking for is just to the left of the entrance. Just watch out for the bloody laser beam thing there. Come into here. Wherever you see these, you'll see void creatures nearby. So here's one. And so in this case, I'll just grab this one here. There's another one over here. The issue is there's not many, so you have to go searching a little bit. There is another one in here. I think it's been killed though already. That or that you have to pull this one. Nah, there is another one somewhere that you can pull. There's people over here, so you can see. You can't actually fight them. But don't fret, there are more over here. You see to keep moving this way. And then when you come into this room, yeah, there's this one here. So just keep in mind, everything in here will usually attack you once you engage them. All the enemies will. So yeah, there's that one. Ignore this that Seeker over there, I don't need it. So yeah, over here, there is a Shade Colossus, and there are more shades over here too. I think that's the only amount of shades you can find in here. Because yeah, the rest of the areas is like different enemy types. Because yeah, you can see venomous stuff, or verminous stuff, so like clockwork enemies. And then there's like aliens over here. There's all sorts of shit. So yeah, that's the only shade enemies I know of that is like practical to get to. You can also find them in Infinite Archive, so technically they are base game, but good luck reliably getting the shades and the boss to spawn when you want them without it taking fucking ages. Because yeah, there's so many different enemies, the odds of you getting one is like quite slim, so I wouldn't rely on that. Any questions as always, just let me know, but I think that's daily's done. Or everything worth talking about. So thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. Weekly will be out soon, and take care. I'll see you next time. Yep, all that stuff.